Well, hello, everybody. Well, happy Easter Monday. Major liturgical feasts like Easter and Christmas can be very stressful times for priests too. Families are separated, not like in ancient times, and travel plans, meal plans, vacation time, and all sorts of considerations can make the liturgical celebrations almost a burden rather than a celebration. So, if that's the case with you and your family and your job circumstance, I suggest you find time this Easter week to find 15 or 20 minutes to reflect on what Easter really means. Primarily, it means that God loves us so much that we can knock the life out of his only son and he'll still forgive us. Whenever you look at the cross in church, that's what it represents and why we bow or genuflect. Imagine the Last Supper. During the Seder meal, Jesus expresses his love for his disciples, ordains them, gives them the Eucharist, which is his permanent physical presence with us. And it's the most intimate of sacraments as we take his body into our very own. He shows them that they are to be loving, humble leaders by washing their feet. In his agony in the garden, he prays like many of us do and asking God to remove the suffering that he sees coming, the pain and humiliation of how he will die. But God, as human as he was, he has to endure the injustices of any other human being. The beings that human beings can be make destructive decisions like so many of us do. And then there's the phony trial of the elders and the politically weak Pilate's decision to torture and crucify him. Injustice in the extreme. St. Peter's denial probably had to surprise St. Peter himself that he was so weak. And then there's Jesus' death on the cross, with him demonstrating his love and forgiveness to the good thief, and then asking God to forgive them that were in front of him, mocking him, for they didn't know what they were doing. See his mother suffering with Mary Magdalene and St. John as they witness his agony. And then imagine how his body was removed from the cross and lovingly cleansed and wrapped in the shroud, the grave being sealed with a stone and mortar so that no one could break into it. Try to sense the confusions of those who believed in him, seeing his dead body limp and without any energy placed in a tiny rock hewn cave of a grave. Then imagine when the risen Lord visited his mother, how she reacted. How did he show himself? Did he quietly walk into the room behind her and surprise her by just letting her hear his voice first and then the embrace? How did the disciples react when they first saw him? What did the risen Lord look like? What did the doubting Thomas feel when he touched where Jesus' wounds were? It's impossible to separate, by the way, Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection. It's one unified experience, like a symphony. The movements just have to stick together. You can't really break them up. So he is risen, and that gives us all the proof that we need that we too will live forever. Jesus is the first, and he told us we will follow. God bless you, and happy Easter. Peace.